Welcome to the Clinton Presidential Center's 10th annual Curbside Couture. For a decade, Curbside has invited students to get inspired, get creative, and get crafty. With the help of their teachers and our incredible mentors, the Curbside designers have worked hours upon hours, turning recycled or upcycled material into high fashion. And we are very fortunate to have a front row seat on the catwalk. This is the second year that Curbside has been produced and presented on a virtual platform. Curbside takes a village, and these days it takes a virtual village. We are here tonight because so many have given so much to continue this incredible green fashion show. My most heartfelt gratitude to every teacher, mentor, parent, and Clinton Center staff member who have made tonight possible. And designers and models, we thank you for sharing your stunning Curbside creations with all of us. And now I'm pleased to hand it over to one of Curbside Couture's biggest fans.
Thanks for tuning in for our Curbside Couture fashion show at the Clinton Presidential Center. More than 500 student designs have now been shown on the Curbside Couture runway. And I look forward every year to seeing the inventive ways designers use recycled materials to create innovative wearable art. I congratulate the designers and models who worked hard to bring these creative, sustainable designs to life. And I want to thank all the educators, parents, and mentors who supported these students who are participating this evening. I am very grateful to Connie Fales and Nate Thomas and the staff of the Presidential Center who've worked now for almost a decade to give this opportunity to students all across Arkansas. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. I send my best wishes for a great show and many more to come.
Hi, I'm Connie Fales. For 10 years, Curbside Couture has inspired the imagination of students around the state. When we started this program a decade ago, we wanted to give students an outlet to showcase their creativity. We also wanted to encourage environmental stewardship. Curbside was born and has become one of the Clinton Center's marquee annual events. But Curbside is much more than an event. It's collaboration and creativity. It's trial and error. It's risk and reward. It is teacher and student and designer and model. More than anything, it is impactful. For the last 2 years, we have presented the Curbside Couture fashion show virtually. Although COVID has limited our ability to gather by the catwalk and enjoy these amazing designs in person, it has in no way limited the imaginations of our student designers. They are dedicated to their craft. You'll see that the second the first model walks down the runway. My most heartfelt thanks to the educational programs team at the Clinton Center, Nate Thomas, Cherise Cross, and Cassie Exum. Our communications team, Ben Tiedelmeyer, Molly Webb, and Brittany Sheffield. My Clinton Foundation colleagues, Michelle Ross and Debbie Schock. And last but never least, Curbside mentors Kato Mamalu and Bryant Phelan, who you will see in just a moment. Most of all, thank you to the designers, the models, the teachers, the mentors, and the parents who have made Curbside Couture a success for 10 years and counting. Let's get started.
Hey guys, my name is Bryant Phelan. I'm a local accessories designer, and I am really excited to show you guys what these kids have been coming up with for Curbside Couture this year. All right, up first we have William Benara. He has a fantastic outfit here, head to toe, very sparkly. He was inspired by the sun and all of its sparkles. I love the detail on the back of the leg cuffs there. They have some like flames coming up. I actually was really obsessed with Knights of the Round Table growing up, and I think I had an action figure that had a sun on its shield. This very much reminds me of that. William wanted to create something that anybody could wear that was all-inclusive, and I think that he accomplished that. He dedicates this outfit to anybody who needs encouragement and brightness in their life. Up next, we have Kaiba Ali. It is a really fantastic outfit inspired by the samurai. I love Japanese culture and samurai, Japanese folklore. Specifically love his half mask, the Oni half mask he has here. I think he's done a great job putting this whole aesthetic together with the twine and the cardboard with the gold details. Really great job, Kaiba. Absolutely love this look. Next up, we have Alice Swayze. She was inspired by the original Superman movie and the people of Krypton. I think her look is really cool, head to toe. Everybody on the judging panel was talking about how fashionable it looks, from the hair to the makeup. And I love that she used this tape detail on her shoes to make them look like gladiator sandals. Really cool look here, Aloe. Thank you so much. Here we have Chloe McGee. She was inspired by flowers and nature. Has a wonderful saying on her bodice, "When we learn, we grow." Love this yellow crystal trim that she has around the edge and all the hand painting that she's done. She did a really great job with her look. I think that it's really cool that she painted her nails to match the colors on her skirt. Thank you so much, Chloe. I think this is a really cool look. You did a great job, and I love all the color that you've included in this. Here we have Josie Hudgens. She knows that there are a lot of fake floral arrangements that just end up at Goodwill. She repurposed those into this fabulous dress. I love the ombre that she's created with these purples and reds at the bottom, going up to the yellows and whites at the top. And I think the black dress was perfect backdrop for all these beautiful items. Really cool look, and I love the floral detail in your headband. Here we have Soraya Batista. She has a beautiful gown that's inspired by the ocean. Soraya started looking up information about the ocean online and found out about pollution and how it affects turtles and other wildlife. She wanted to incorporate those in her dress. She's used many found objects to create those little creatures on the bottom of her skirt, and I love how she's used this mermaid fin from an old Halloween costume as the bodice of her dress. Really cool look, Soraya. I love that you've incorporated all these colors from head to toe. Thank you so much. Here we have another wonderful floral design from Ellie Barnes. I love this design, all the different flowers on the front. I like that there are different types and shapes. I think you did a really wonderful job combining these colors. I particularly love the different colors of the dress from front and back. When she twirls, you'll get to see a beautiful purple that she's used to decorate the back with. There are flowers that go up and down the front and the back, and you've even incorporated them in your hair and on your shoes. Great job, Ellie. Up next, we have Conley Runyon. She has a beautiful gown that she's made. Speaking on air pollution, I think that it's really cool that she shows how beautiful the earth is at the bottom and all the flowers coming up, and then how the air pollution affects our atmosphere and how it's very dingy and dirty up there. So no more of that. This is a really beautiful way to showcase that, and I love all the colors that you've used and the shape, and it has great movement. Thank you so much, Conley. Here we have Megan Armitage. She has a really cool dress. I love the color palette on this. It makes me think of Stevie Nicks. Very flowy. I like all the flowers. She was inspired by Greek mythology and life and death. The flowers are representing life here, and the feathers at the bottom are representing the birds of prey. Very cool dress, and I love how you've used these flowers and the feathers and merged them together. I think you did a beautiful job with that. Thank you so much for your work. This is stunning. Up next, we have Relina Ashmore. She has a really fabulous outfit inspired by fairies. I think this looks like something straight out of Midsummer Night's Dream. I love all of the details. You have really great use of metallics around the collar and the florals that you've incorporated from head to toe. Relina took some of these fairies and made paper wings and used wire to hang them from her skirt so they had movement to them. I thought this was really cool. Great job. Up next, we have Abigail Hastings. She has a really cool look that's inspired by cards. I love the black and red and white theme. Very Queen of Hearts. I think it's really cool how you've incorporated them even at the top with your crown that you've created, your hat. I think that the asymmetrical look with the single sleeve is very fabulous. Definitely something that I would see walking down a runway. Thank you so much, Abigail. I think you did a great job. Up next, we have Rowan Graves. Love this outfit that she's come up with. Really cool videos that she's sent in of her picking up all of this along the banks of this creek and turning it into a fabulous head-to-toe outfit. Shoes included, hat included, bag included, and accessories don't end there. She made herself a pair of sunglasses. I thought this was so cool. Really great work, Rowan. And I love that you've dedicated this to your Mimi Barbara Graves. Really great work.
Our student designer is Mika Collins. She is inspired by love of horror and everything spooky, especially inspired by the outfits from Stephen King's Corpse Bride. She started with an old dress and built on that with tissue paper, a plastic tablecloth, paint straws, hot glue, and an old Mardi Gras mask. This mask is intricately painted and very artful. The dress is a reflection of when you see something that looks so easy to do, but isn't. Mika did a beautiful execution of the materials they added to the base of the dress. The design finds beauty in the darker side of life. Mika wanted to show that the message that something terrifying can be equally gorgeous. Cordelia and Catherine Pope are our designers. Cordelia was inspired to submit a design to Curbside while working with her design teacher on a new 3D printer. She used only 2 materials, cardboard and a hot glue gun, saying there is beauty everywhere. Recognizing that the fashion industry contributes to waste, she sees it as important to recycle materials to another life. Our next designer is Jackson York. He channeled some of the information I always give when nurturing one's own creativity. Do what you love or do what you know. In the case of all the jurors, loved Jackson's enthusiasm and his love for the 1950s. He nailed his message using donated clothing, found jewelry, and other pieces of fabric and paper. His desire was to challenge traditional ideas, let your creativity bloom and have fun. We all need a little fun these days. Thank you for giving it to us. Anna Patterson is our designer. She knew immediately that her chosen material would be grocery bags. She had read a lot about how much they pollute our environment and was shocked at how many bags she was able to collect so quickly. Her mom introduced her to a project where people crochet strips of plastic bags together to form a mat and give them to the homeless for bedding and warmth. She was inspired by the people who were selfless and were able to create a form of comfort for people in need. She chose to learn and use the technique of crochet for her bodice and flat bags for the train and skirt. Thank you, Anna, for your environmental consciousness and using your voice to speak out against waste. Emma May is our designer. Emma says her design represents her because she likes wrapping and unwrapping gifts. But after the holiday, there is so much waste of paper, ribbon, boxes, gift bags, markers, tape, and more. She is creative with her dried up markers, which she chose to make into a rainbow headband. The jurors love that headband and all the texture that she used. Emma was surprised by how many things she found that could be used on this project. She would like to dedicate this design to her family. They all like to create together. Sounds like a strong support center in place. Design on. Kylie Wilhite is the designer. Kylie's inspiration was seeing all of the disposable masks that have been discarded due to the pandemic. So away she went, collecting them and using other materials such as painter's tape, old fabric, thread, an old tank top, and some fabric paint. She did a beautiful and sensitive job of dyeing the fabric in a sophisticated design and construction. Her dress is straightforward from the front view and has a great perky kick in the back when she turns around. She kept it simple and tight, but with just the right amount of flair. Malia Anderson is our designer. Malia was also in Curbside 2020. She started with a design that she sketched last year, but as often happens when one is designing, the end result was much different than where she began. She did a beautiful job of crocheting her top and her shorts. She found the yarn for this in her teacher's supply closet. She paired her top and shorts with tulle ribbon sequins from her mom's Christmas stash. To quote Malia, "I don't love my design this year, but it was a good lesson. The projects don't always turn out the way you plan, but I'm glad I tried and I worked really hard on it. Better luck next year." Malia, that is a great attitude for a creative and dedicated person. Keep moving forward. Designer Hannah Bradshaw. For those of us making school lunches, we've all seen those boxes at the grocery store with 24 packages of chips in them. Hannah snagged that as her recycled material to design her chip dress. Her idea was to make mermaid scales and petal flowers. Her message to people was not to litter and save the animals from eating old food wrappers. Keep the earth litter-free and the animals safe. Hannah would like to dedicate this design to Mrs. Embry. Bailey Ward. Bailey's desire for her design this year was to create something that would reflect a positive attitude, even if things are not the same as in the past years. Her materials were netting from a vintage prom dress, soda can tabs for earrings, gems from old jewelry, and a recycled shirt. Her message is one of staying positive because there's always happiness in life, no matter the situation. Her skirt makes a lovely rainbow with her sky blue t-shirt. Bailey would like to dedicate her design to her mom, Lauren Ward, who is a positive role model for her. Designer, Kaylee Thomas. Kaylee's design was inspired by herbal teas, and she named it Wear Your Wellness. She used tea bag wrappers and tea bags. Her design is colorful, fun to view, with an upbeat feeling. To quote, Kaylee says, "I put a lot of time and effort into creating my design and had to get creative at the end, so it means a lot to me because I really made the design my own. I love expressing my uniqueness. I also want to remind young people my age that it is okay to be different. It is important to us recycle materials to help Mother Earth. There is plenty of beauty in things we wouldn't normally think could be made beautiful and useful." Gloria Hill is our designer. Gloria's message for her design is sparkle through the dark times. Her design messages always stand out in a crowd, even when you're down and out. You can pull yourself up and move on. The design message clearly shows in the dark and light side of life with the use of 5 different recycled materials. Gloria and Madison would like to dedicate their work to their moms, Christine Dreyer and Laura Hill. Designer, Presley Dobbs. Presley's inspiration was the economic impact created by the pandemic. The impact caused many different kinds of struggle for people, as has been seen daily in the newspaper. While her design is very minimal, it projects a lot of feelings people have during this time, a feeling of barely holding things together. Presley would like to dedicate her work to her mother, Patricia Dobbs, a cancer survivor. Cheyenne Watson is our designer. Cheyenne was so inspired by denim because it is fully recyclable and can be used in so many ways. Additional materials used are plastic and leftover scraps of cotton fabric. Recycling materials is important because in the ever-changing and growing world of fashion, fast fashion takes a toll on the planet, and being able to use materials that we already have to make something new is cutting down on the waste and the overall pollution. Cheyenne presented a soft and flowing design along with a nice mix of texture and interest. Welcome designer Will Bradshaw. Will's inspiration was his dad's enjoyment of drinking tea. He drinks 3 to 5 cups a day, so Will recognized this would be his source of recycled material. Will's message is, it is important to recycle materials so that we are not polluting the earth. And who doesn't love a panda? Will would like to dedicate his design to Mrs. Embry.
Hi, I'm Kato Momalu, a curbside mentor and judge. Thank you so much for joining us this year, and I cannot wait to get excited with these new designs. And our next designer is Ariana Smith. Beautiful Taylor Moon. I love the look of this look. The paper sack bag and the intensity of the blue really gives it a great feel. It looks like linen actually. And I love how she kind of tied it to make it just really simple, streamlined it, blue and white. I love the detailing in the front. She did some quilting. I love when people take a needle and thread and put it together and make great things happen. Love the dip in the back. So she did repurpose the top and the belting from the sack. So great job, Ariana. I love the look. And don't forget her accessories. A lady is not going anywhere without an accessory. She took the plastics that go around the soda pop cans and created herself a really beautiful brooch. Great touch and great accessory. And our next designer is Mason Reagan. Mason took his love for baseball and turned it into his Curbside Couture masterpiece yet. I love the fact that he didn't just create the uniform, but he took his favorite baseball cards, favorite poster of his favorite team player, and created the elements of it. But my favorite absolutely part of this are the shoulders, the mitts, the guard. I feel like a lot of our young men in this curbside fashion show this year wanted to protect. They're guarded and they're ready and they're armored because we know, we're fighting for so much for the end of COVID. So I appreciate how the kids took a different spin on things and use their creativity and the things they love to combat the things that's happening in the world. Great job, Mason. And our next designer is Alex Hollowell. Look at this wonder. I absolutely love it. His main thing, he said he wanted to fight COVID. He was ready for battle. I love the fact that he made his bubble to kind of live in using a balloon and tape to create the shape of it. The use of the mask to protect himself and others. I love the burst of color on his outfit. It just says, I'm not even gonna hide from you. I'm gonna show you I'm coming. And I'm coming to fight so I can see my grandparents, my family members again and get back to school. So great job, Alex. Our next designer is Allison Martinez Gutierrez. Beautiful layering. I love the fact that everybody just went for color this year. I love the use of the hula hoop to give the movement in the middle. The fans, so innovative. And I love how they're actually moving as her dress moves around. The extra tail at the back, the top hat, lots of details on this. And sometimes you have to walk this runway for us to continue to see this outfit that keeps going. There's a lot of little details on the bottom of the skirt as well. Fabric that she took to create little bows and trims and all the different compartments. I love that there's so many dimensions of it. Her creativity just kept going until she just said, I'm just gonna go there. And that's what's great about this competition and this presentation is that there's never too much. There's no such thing where we say, oh, she just did too much. So great job, Allison. Wonderful. And our next designer is Christina Clower. Christina took a love that we've had in the competition for years and years, which is the use of plastic bags. But I love the idea of the confetti. She looks like a Christmas cupcake or a birthday cupcake or a birthday cake mix. I love the splatter of all the different geometric shapes and the coloring. It just makes it really light and princessy, and what she used to make her belt in the middle. It just has this royal majesty of Candyland. So I love the movement of it as well as she moves. It looks so fluffy like cotton candy. Great job, Christina. I thought she executed this really awesome. And our next designer is Lola Landreth. And I think the big thing here, she's going to be everything she's going to be. I love how she executed this bee costume with the back. It just keeps giving and giving and giving. The use of the color. I think she executed the wings very well. They look very much like a real bee wing. When you just touch it very slightly, it just kind of disintegrates in your hand. The colors are great, and I think she did a great job of putting it all together. And she looks like she had absolutely a lot of fun getting it done. Great job, Lola. Our next designer is Abigail Preston. Abigail loves flowers, so her immediate thought was to make a dress that reflected her love of flowers and what beautiful daffodils she has in her yard that inspired this beautiful dress. I love the movement of the paper bags and the trash bags that she has on there. The paper bags, she actually used the brown paper bags in the front. If you look to your left, you can see how she actually made her own flowers and created that three-dimensional effect on it. The use of the fabric and the trim that she got for her sleeves and her neckline really kind of put it all together, and she looks like she wants to kind of fly away. Love it. It's beautiful. It says spring. Great job, Abigail. And up we have next Layla Geary. Wow, so every year we get submissions with Walmart bags, but I think this one right here just really took it to the top. From head to toe, this young lady created such eye candy. The hat with what she used to create the texture on there, and just the necklace with the soda cap necklace and earrings, and then the basket weave at the top of this dress was so meticulously done. And I love like the flow and movement of the middle and the tape in the middle. to give it the belting and then the lacing of her shoes. She really thought about everything. She thought about all the small details, the colors, and how she put the look together. She looks like she's actually going to the Derby, and it looks wearable. It looks like she can actually go and do so many things in this dress. I think she did a great job executing it. Awesome job, Layla. And up next, we have Mackenzie Spencer. This one right here really touched my heart because I actually love the movie, The Black Panther, and I really felt like this was like an ode to that with losing Chadwick Boseman last year. This outfit really screamed Black Panther. I thought Ruth Carter herself designed it, but we obviously have somebody here who's inspired to be a fashion designer. I love all the elements of it. The train in the back is very majestic and very warrior. It's this warrior princess, has everything soft and hard. I love all the detailing in the front. She did a great job adding the different elements of movement and color, but still making it childlike to say, you know, I am a child warrior, a future queen, and great job. I think she did an awesome job, Mackenzie. Continue to do great things. And next we have Lauren E.B. Hill. Lauren is a fashionista, clearly. Her work is phenomenal. Look, I love the use of garbage bags. We get garbage bags every year, but I love the fact that she was able to use a technique to kind of make it look like a puffer jacket. The use of the coffee filters differently this time, giving us this ruffled, straight out of Paris bodice, the train, and just the real retro look of the whole styling of the outfit, the ear cuff, the bracelets, the 3-finger ring. I think she definitely loves style and fashion. Something I totally see on, anything on the Style Network. I think she did a great job executing it, and I love the fact that she took materials that we've seen every single year, but used them differently and created us a real fashion runway finale type dress. Great job. Our next designer is Kwatami Luhakari. I hope I pronounced your name right. Love the use of something different. We've never seen puzzles on the runway before, and what a great way to be puzzled with such a beautiful ode to her culture. I love the top to the bottom on this, the crown, the bodice, and the skirt, such movement in the fabric, but the use of the color of the tiles of the puzzle really make this outfit amazing. How she took everything really intense at the beginning and then just kind of speckled it out at the end. I love the use of the accessories on her fingers and the scarf that really kind of put the whole look all together. I think it's a great new use of something different and something new. And I love the fun that it looked like she had absolutely fun making this. Great job with Tommy. And our final designer of the night is Kristen Lehman. What a way to end the show this year. I mean, it's springtime. It is a new beginning, and what better than a goddess fairy princess to lead our way into spring and the new beginning of the new times that we're in. This young lady went into the garden and she picked up what we have been neglecting for years, which is nature. You know, we've neglected it, and she went in there and she took some of the best parts of nature and brought it to us in this beautiful ensemble, from the butterflies to the flowers to all the other things that continue to work together to make our environment and our earth so beautiful. I love the use of the glitter on the things that we necessarily may throw away, you know, twigs. She painted them silver and added them to her crown and her purse for the accessories. Vines that are usually pesky, she took and she made, you know, continue to keep everything together. The vines are keeping it all together. I love the use of the silver, the brightness, you know, that's the brightness of our future. Future is going to be bright. We're going to get better. We've hit rock bottom. There's nowhere to go but up. So I love the message that this is sending, which is, to me, it's joy. I look at this and I get happy. I get giddy about the times that to come. So great job, Kristen, and great job to all the designers tonight. I thought everybody did such an amazing job. To be in such times and be creative is an amazing thing, and I'm thankful for all of you for pushing forward through this. We support you 100%. I am so proud of you and all the work you've done tonight. And I just say it's nothing but up from here. Congratulations to all the winners, and I will see you guys right here next year. Mwah.
And now it's time to announce the awards for the winning student designers. First is elementary. In third place, Mackenzie Spencer. Second place, William Bednara. And in first place, Soraya Batista. Our middle school winners are, in third place, Oriana Smith. Second place, Kylie Wilhite. And first place, Lauren E.B. Hill. Our high school category winners are, in third place, Layla Gary, Watami Lahara, second place, and first place, Kristen Lehman. Best technical execution of a design goes to Mika Collins. Singer Creative Award goes to Kaiba Ali. An honorable mention award to Rowan Graves. I just want to thank you all and give a big congratulations to all the designers that participated this year. Thank you to all the teachers and all the support and all the parents, everyone for being part of our Curbside Couture in its 10th anniversary. Thank you so very much.